So you left the avoidant. What's going to happen now? Let's talk. Now, we talk a lot about the common relationship pattern where an avoidant abruptly leaves the relationship. A dismissive avoidant just abruptly leaves the relationship. They'll slowly pull away, or they'll just leave altogether without offering much of an explanation or any type of resolution. But sometimes it's the other partner who leaves first, whether that partner be a secure attachment style, an anxious, preoccupied, whichever. So first, let's talk about why commonly the dismissive avoidant pulls away from the relationship. Well, you see, avoidants, like any insecure attachment style, have a fear of abandonment wound. They just handle it differently from, say, an anxious preoccupied. So where an anxious preoccupied also has a fear of abandonment wound, they will react to that fear of abandonment wound by holding on tighter to their relationship, holding on tighter to their partner, because they don't want to be abandoned. Where a dismissive avoidant will do the opposite. They will keep their distance from their partner because they feel that if they get too close, then ultimately they'll end up being abandoned. So the avoidant will keep a distance from that perceived threat of being abandoned. And there's a few reasons, right? There's a few reasons why an avoidant will pull away, but this is kind of the core of it, right? Fear of abandonment, fear of vulnerability, and fear of emotional dependency. So when they start pulling away, they might breadcrumb their partner for a little bit. I talk about this in my video on breadcrumbing. And usually their partner will chase them for a little bit, especially if that partner is an anxious preoccupied. They'll chase them. And even a secure person, even a secure attachment style will chase them for a bit. So when their relationship is hot and everything is going great, right? And then suddenly the avoidant starts pulling away, even a secure person is going to feel a little anxious, and they're going to hold on for a little bit. That's usually what happens. The avoidant pulls away, their partner feels anxious, and they chase the avoidant, they hold on tighter. But what if, however, what if you leave the avoidant? That's what this video is about. You left the avoidant, right? You feel them pulling away, and maybe you hold on for a bit, but you quickly decide, no, I'm out. I'm not sticking around for this, right? Well, here's the thing. The avoidant is probably used. They're probably used to being chased when they pull away, right? They probably have a history of this, of pulling away and being chased, and they've probably even gone as far as to call their partner clingy or needy just for asking for the bare minimum, right? Just for asking for a simple adult conversation, some communication, and their partner gets called needy and clingy just for that, just for asking for the bare minimum, right? So if you leave the avoidant, right, at first, they're going to feel some sense of relief, because in their mind, like, they're trying to get rid of you, and then you left, and it's like, oh, I've been trying to get rid of this person, but they just made it easy for me. I'm so relieved. So they're going to feel an initial sense of relief, right? But they are very slow to process their emotions, The dismissive avoidant is the slowest attachment style in regards to processing their emotions, So they have this delayed emotional response, and over time they will start to feel that loss. Now normally it can take an avoidant it can take them a few months to really feel that loss of the relationship, if they left, if they're the ones who left. But since you left them, they're gonna feel that loss much quicker than they usually would. And they may even grow a little anxious themselves, right? When that happens, the avoidant, when they start feeling anxious, they experience what's called attachment activation. And this is when an avoidant, they feel a strong urge to reconnect, right? Now, even when they experience these things, they experience that feeling of loss much quicker since you left them, and they experience this attachment activation. They may still be hesitant to reach out to you. So avoidants they're conditioned in a way to that they refuse to be vulnerable. So in their mind, it's like, oh no, I can't be vulnerable. No way. No, that would make me look weak. I can't do that. No, instead I'm just gonna pull away, and I'm just gonna shut down completely because that's safer and it makes me look strong. right? So that's this is mostly subconscious, but that's pretty much how an avoidant thinks. When of course the truth is being vulnerable is probably one of the strongest things a person can do, right? So that's pretty much what happens. Okay. Don't really expect them to chase you. If you end up leaving the avoidant, don't really expect them to chase you. Okay. They may show some signs of wanting to reconnect, but they're going to be very subtle signs. Okay. I've talked about this before. They're going to be very subtle. But they're not going to chase you. Okay. So that's what happens. When you leave an avoidant, they're going to feel some feelings of loss much quicker than they usually would. They'll feel this attachment activation. They're going to feel this strong urge to they're going to want to reconnect with you, but they probably won't even try. They probably won't chase you or try to resolve the issues in that relationship because again, they refuse to be vulnerable. That they for some reason they're just their upbringing. Okay, it's because of their upbringing, their childhood, their caretakers. This is how they were conditioned. But there's just no way they can bring themselves to be vulnerable. Unless of course they become aware of their attachment style and they seek help and they work on themselves. But no, other than that, they're just going to refuse to be vulnerable. So I wouldn't expect them to chase you, even though they're probably feeling these feelings of loss and attachment activation. But you're probably better off with someone who is more secure, okay, and who is open with their communication and knows how to talk and express their feelings. So I hope I brought some good into your life today. If so, please like and subscribe, and please share your stories in the comments. Have you ever left an avoidant? What happened? Let us know in the comments. Let's get the discussion going. And if you think this video might help somebody, please share it with them. And until next time, you take care. I will see you in the next.